It can be done by dragging the spear from the vicinity or right-clicking it and using the pick up interaction. Good work, prisoner. Your spear won't do much against a rocket-propelling grenade type of weapon, but it is a step in the right. Secure communication established. Prisoner, remember the following rule. If you find anything useful, you must acquire it. Unfortunately, your inventory space is very limited. Change that by crafting an improvised courier backpack. Begin by entering the crafting user interface and crafting a branch rope. Remember, click on the Details button to see what components you need. If you take a look at the components needed for the improvised courier backpack, you can see all of your equipped gear right next to your inventory. Begin by right-clicking on your undershirt and using the cut interaction. You are now one rag component short. Cut your underpants or boxer briefs. It is for the greater good. Finish the process by crafting the improvised courier backpack. To equip a piece of equipment and expand your inventory, double-click the item in the vicinity or right-click it and use the equipped interaction. Congratulations, you are now qualified to run around and pretend you are a mule. That was my joking algorithm. It is still in early access. I will now unlock the next tutorial protocol. Secure channel closed. Secure communication established. By doing an involuntary full body scan of each prisoner, I deducted that not everyone is suited for hand-to-hand combat. That is why you will now craft wooden arrows and an improvised bow. My evaluation is that you are now capable. In your future ventures, feel free to also craft an improvised quiver. For now, your new backpack will. 2 variations of bows are available, the 20 and 35. Heavier poundage means more strength is needed to pull the bow, and the shots are more powerful. For the sake of this protocol, you can now craft any of the 2 variations. There is still one holster spot available next to your spear. Place the bow there. Chances of your survival are increasing at a great pace. Keep following my instructions, and you may have a chance on the island. Secure channel closed. On the top left part of you can check the details of any skill to see if the health user interface is right next to the metabolism one. On the right side of the health user interface, you can see your body status. Your small cut injury is located under the untreated section. Check the details of your condition to find out about possible treatments. All conditions have a severity that increases over time if you leave the injury untreated. Your injury has a C2 severity. If you possess the ability to read, you must have noticed that you need rags to treat it. Find some rags or cut some of your equipment to acquire them. Start by selecting the acquired rags. Notice how the bar around the injury indicator is starting to fill. Use enough rags to fully fill the bar and press the treat button. Congratulations, you have treated your first injury. It is now in the stabilization section. Secure communication established. My instructions have now prepared you for the inevitable dangers throughout the whole island. Since survival is your main goal, it is time to start exploring and searching for sustenance. Search a few world containers. My algorithm shows that this is a highly repeatable process without which you will fail at staying alive. World containers include tree trunks, kitchen counters, drawers, and anything that can hold items. Go and make an effort. Now that you have experienced the process popularly called looting, narrow your search down to basic nourishment, like food and beverage products. My data... Good. To consume this product, open your inventory user interface. To track what is happening when you consume such a product, open your metabolism user interface. On the right side of the metabolism panel, you can track everything nutrition needs to know about your health and well. Secure communication established. In the bottom right of the interface, food and beverage can be tracked as they find their way through. The chances of destroying your pants are now reduced by 26. Now access. You can explore all the available options are piss, poop, and vomit. I don't prefer repeating myself, but the connected body parts need to be at least 50% full before you can empty them. Since the human bodies are designed so poorly, I suggest you take care of these functions before engaging in combat situations. My algorithms show that everyone dislikes dying. Secure communication established. Until now, you have only been using a third of the crafting user. My system UI is impeccable, therefore the search options function just like they do on the items tab. Find the improvised fireplace and open its details. Logic tells us that two things are required to build a simple fire: a combustible material like tinder, and, in this case, some sticks to fuel the fire. First, craft tinder. If you have followed my instructions so far, this should be easy for you. good. Base building recipes work a bit differently than item recipes. First, you need to place a blueprint on the ground and then fill it to complete the crafting process. Go back to the improvised fireplace and place it on the ground. If you have followed my tutorial protocols up to now, I believe congratulations, you are now the proud owner of an improvised fireplace. Of course, the fire won't start itself. That is why you now require a fire drill. The recipe can be found under the Items tab, part of the Crafting User Interface. Everything is ready. Access the many prisoners on this island are arsonists, so this next step, excellent. The chances of freezing have been reduced, but they are still above 0. The flames you have just created won't last forever, so every now and then you will need to add more fuel. To do so, find some more sticks. Now just this time choose the fuel with small wooden. This concludes another one of my protocols. Many other items can help you with your pyromaniac urges. Next time try making a bonfire using wooden logs. Secure communication established. By completing, there are 3 numbers on the top right of your screen. Fame points are the first one. The second one is the amount. Now close the inventory interface and open your map. To spend your money or buy gold, visit one of the 4 trader outposts marked by a green zone. Selling your belongings is always an option, but traders won't deal with just anyone. You will need to have enough fame points to buy new items. Be sure to bring some items to sell. I allow you to wander around and loot before reaching your destination. The zone itself is safe, so once you arrive, you don't need to worry about being killed.